Let's see what's happening in the what's called, bro, in Indonesia, bro. They're having protests now. Let's see why.
The heart of Indonesia is shattered. What began as a peaceful cry for justice has spiraled into an uncontrolled storm of violence and fury. Across the country, protesters flood the streets in a nationwide rebellion that threatens to shake the very foundations of the government. Anger has exploded and the stakes have never been higher. It all started with the death of a young man, Afan Kurniawan, a motorcycle taxi driver who was killed after an armoured police vehicle ran into him during a demonstration in Jakarta. Afan was just another citizen trying to survive in a broken system, but his tragic...
Bro, I mean, like, in this situation, like, these people are probably students. They are like, they are young people. They are young men, bro. They are full of spirit to fight, bro. Full of energy. Like, the government is fucked, bro. The government is fucked. Bro, in a peaceful protest, when you kill somebody, bro, you know you're fucked, bro. The protest is gonna get violent, bro. Especially if the protest is full of young men, bro. If they are young men, bro, done. The government is done.
end has ignited an inferno of rage that the government is struggling to contain.
Memang siapapun itu yang salah, tolong ditindak. Ya, maupun aparat atau siapapun gitu ya. Tidak, maksudnya jangan sampai hukum ini kok tajamnya ke bawah doang. Kenapa ke atas enggak?
Pemantiknya adalah kejadian semalam, innalillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. Saudara kita ya Bung Afan telah lagi-lagi menjadi korban, dan itu saya jujur menangis melihat semua berita-berita yang ada. Saya muak, saya marah, semua emosi tercampur dalam diri saya. Saya mau semua yang sudah terjadi, semua dosa-dosa yang sudah dilakukan oleh kepolisian harus ditebus.
What is he smoking? Is he smoking THC, bro?
Semua yang sudah terjadi.
Yo, is that weed, bro? Look at this guy, bro. Is that weed?
Semua yang sudah terjadi, semua yang sudah...
Yeah, probably. He just took a blinker, bro.
Semua dosa-dosa yang sudah dilakukan oleh
Bro,
kepolisian
I love Indonesia.
penuh dengan transparansi.
The anger is more than just about one life. It's about the corruption,
It looks like
the
Las Vegas.
inequality, the broken promises. Parliamentarians live in luxury, receiving $3,000 housing allowances, while millions of Indonesians scrape by. The divide between the elite and the people has never been more stark. And when police responded to protests with brutality, the people's patience snapped.
Gue jujur, pajak gue bayar semua. Gue taat pajak dari gue ada di entertain, gue bayar pajak, tapi gue nggak tahu pajak gue untuk siapa. Sementara orang-orang yang di dalam gedung DPR tidak sama sekali mendengar keluhan rakyatnya sendiri. Itu yang bikin gue...
Bro, I totally understand these people. Like, imagine, like, okay, in our country it's like almost the same, but isn't that crazy? Like, yes, like, there are people, including me, that live paycheck to paycheck, right? But I think we don't have such huge corruption than in these Asian countries. Like in Indonesia or Asian countries, the corruption is really, really bad. It's more crazy than Europe. Like, I totally understand these people, bro. You pay your taxes, bro. The people in the parliamentary just take a cut from your taxes, put it in his own pocket. Like, we don't have the money to build this road. We don't have the money to rebuild the house. I don't know, bro. We need to make more money. That's why we put more taxes on you guys. You know, you need to comply. Well, fuck these, bro. These suit and ties, bro. Stupid ass people.
In Jakarta...
Damn, bro, what is that? What is that, a building or something?
Surabaya, Makassar and beyond, riots have consumed the streets. Protesters storm
Damn, that's an entire building on flames.
buildings, set them ablaze, loot lawmakers' homes and tear through the capital in a fury of destruction. Tear gas
Damn.
clouds choke the air as protesters fight back with fireworks, rocks, and anything they can find. What started as a demand for fair wages and justice has transformed into a full-blown rebellion against a government seen as out of touch and corrupt.
Damn.
The flames of anger are spreading fast. From city to city, the people's rage burns brighter. The Makassar fire, where a parliament building was set ablaze, claimed lives. Looting escalates. The police are under siege, their forces stretched to the limit as the country spirals into chaos. It's not just an uprising, it's an eruption of everything that's been buried beneath years of inequality and unanswered cries for change. People are fed up. They've had enough. And the question now is, will the government stand firm, or will they be consumed by the flames they've started?
True.
Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto, once seen as a strongman leader, now faces the ultimate test of his presidency. In a desperate move, Prabowo has cancelled his plans to attend a major summit in China, choosing instead to focus on the domestic crisis. His promises of
Okay, that's good, bro. Like, there are like situations in history be like the president of his country has like these protests and he doesn't give a shit, bro, about this protest, and he just drives off to another country to go in a conference, and the other country president says, oh, what is happening on your country? No, nothing is happening on my country, everything is fine, they're just loony, bro, they're just drunk, you know. Well, that's respect for him to stay in his country to solve the domestic problem. What the fuck is happening?
his
To get the bottom of this.
claims of progress now feel hollow in the face of the nation's suffering. The death of Afan Kurniawan is just the tipping point. Prabowo has called for a transparent investigation into the incident.
I have ordered a thorough and transparent investigation into last night's incident, and the officers involved must be held accountable. If it is found that they acted beyond the bounds of proprietary and applicable regulations, we will take the strongest possible action in accordance with the law.
But the
That's
people
good,
want
that's good.
more. They want action. And as the stock market crashes, the rupiah falls and the nation descends further into chaos. His promises seem empty, his leadership faltering. As the fires rage in Jakarta and beyond, the world is watching with bated breath. Foreign embassies have issued warnings, urging citizens to stay clear of the chaos. The world wonders, will Indonesia's future be written in the flames of this unrest? With violence escalating, death tolls rising, and the economy in freefall, Indonesia faces a defining moment. Will President Prabowo clamp down with force, or will he heed the cries for change? The future of Indonesia hangs in the balance. And as the streets burn and the world watches, one thing is clear. This is no longer just a protest. This is the beginning of something far greater.
Okay, let it finish, let it finish. Okay, that's just the outro.
Indonesia has seen
I don't know, like in some situations, like in history, right? There have been like these protests, huge ass protests to overcome this government, but there are some times that the protest, when they change the government, the new government is more awful than the previous government, or somebody is using these protests to push their own like agenda, or using the protest, using the instability of the country to use it as a monopoly for himself. I think there is a greater what's called greater things going on with this protest. I mean, the protest is good, everything is good, right? But I just hope that if the government changes, right people gonna be in the government, not the people who sort of called fake it till they make it, you know, who just keeps on promising, and when they got in the government, then come on, the dictatorship and everything is closed, no free press. If I recall correctly, I think Indonesia parliament even banned TikTok live streaming. Wait, let me check. Indonesia banning TikTok live. I think I saw it somewhere on the media. We are virtually suspending the TikTok live feature for next few days in Indonesia. 2 days ago, so bro, that is some kind of censorship, I think. Like, come on, bro, like, you cannot live stream, bro. That is some kind of censorship from the government side. Like, you cannot like remove the freedom to film, right? I mean, it's already, something is happening already. Like, it's crazy. Alright,
Another
let's
day
watch
of
this clip.
anti-government
Let's watch
protests.
this.
They're being fueled by the death of a 21-year-old motorcycle driver who was killed when a police armored vehicle ran him over at the site of a demonstration in the capital. In central Jakarta, rioters set fire to a 5-story building near police headquarters, while others torched vehicles and attacked government offices. Demonstrators are angry about what they call lavish perks for lawmakers, rising living costs, and the lack of jobs. President Subianto has appealed for calm and promised a full investigation.
Gasping for air from tear gas, paramedics are rushing to get this protester in Jakarta some oxygen. These protests have spiraled out of control. But they started as largely peaceful demonstrations against low wages and lavish perks for lawmakers.
Who pays their electricity bills? Who pays their taxes? We do.
Within moments, it all turned to mayhem. Bloodied faces and injured bodies strewn across the streets of the Indonesian capital. Protesters set buildings on fire as the police responded with tear gas and water cannons. A desperate attempt to calm the unrest. Then came the moment that shocked the nation. An armored police vehicle like this one ploughed into a 21-year-old delivery driver, Afan Kurniawan, killing him. He wasn't even part of the demonstration, just doing his job when he was hit and run over. This is his funeral. Jakartans mourning not just a young man, but a tragedy that has deepened the unrest.
We are very disappointed in all law enforcement agencies, especially the police chief. Please pay attention to this. These drivers are also human.
We demand justice for Afan. Those responsible for running him over must be tried fairly and dismissed from their jobs.
Afan's death has ignited national outrage, forcing even the president to break his silence.
I am shocked and disappointed by the officers' excessive actions. I have ordered that last night's incident be thoroughly and transparently investigated and that the officers involved be held accountable.
Anger had been building since President Prabowo took office last year, stoked by lawmakers pocketing allowances, nearly 10 times the average Indonesian minimum wage. 10 times the average Indonesian minimum wage.
10 times? Wait, let me check. Let me check the minimum wage of Indonesia. Minimum wage of Indonesia. What? Every monthly stands at just, bro. Wait, what? They have this huge ass inflation here, bro. 3.9 million IDR is just around 190 USD, bro. What? Minimum per month. Bro, so it's 213 USD in month, bro. What? Is it legal there? I don't know, bro. Then that's a lot of kebabs, yeah. Bro, no, 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 no. God damn, bro. True, bro. Like, what? $213 for it, bro. Those are pennies. Bro, damn. Okay, I see why are they pissed. Like, how much did she say? 10 times?
Nearly 10 times.
Woo! So basically, they are making 2,100. Bro,
The
nah.
average Indonesian.
They're just putting civilians under the bus, bro.
Minimum wage.
What the fuck?
Now, 7 officers are in custody. But the driver who killed Affan still remains unknown. In Jakarta, one young man's death has become the symbol of a nation's fury. And that fury is still burning.
Let's go to Jakarta now and talk to our correspondent, Ferdinand Hemawan. Ferdinand, how is the situation there this morning?
When I drive through the streets today, this morning, from my home to the studio, I can see that there are some public facilities have been burned down during the protests, such as the bus stops, the toll gates, several police stations, and several police vehicles has been burned down in the streets. And the major toll roads in Jakarta is also still closed, and the people are still cleaning up after the protest. But and Jakarta is not the only place that the protest was happening. It was happening also in other big cities in Indonesia, such as Makassar, Solo, and stuff. But I can say that for now, the situation is getting more conducive, and hopefully it can get more conducive and not escalate even more from now on.
Ferdinand, these protests erupted after a motorcycle taxi driver was killed by a police vehicle, but then there was the wider demonstrations that expressed a kind of public discontent. Tell us more about what the protesters want or what they're protesting against.
Yeah, that's correct. The death of the motorcycle taxi driver was the trigger that made this protest reach its peak. But the initial focus of this protest was because the bad economic situation in the country that was created by the bad economic policy from the government. The government kept increasing the tax, the living cost is increasing, but the people's economic situation is hard. They are facing mass layoff, they are facing low wages, and the unemployment rate is getting higher. And on the other hand, when they are facing that, they heard that the MPs got a fantastic salary and increased house benefit that is 10 times bigger than the minimum wage in Jakarta. That makes the people angry. But what makes the people really angry is the response from one of the MPs that are mocking the protesters that are protesting against the fantastic salary of the MPs. So what we saw in the past 2 days, that is how the public expressing their frustration towards the government and the elites in this country.
At the same time, after the death of this motorcycle driver, we saw that President Subianto apologized. Did those actions appear to be calming the situation?
Actually, in the statement, President Prabowo Subianto didn't say sorry to the people. They didn't apologize, say sorry to the people. They are just saying condolences to the dead motorcycle taxi driver. But it seems like that the government still not insensitive to the people's condition, and this situation can be de-escalate only if the government really listens and also have the empathy to the people to really give what they want and really just talk to them. That kind of action can really de-escalate the tension in Jakarta and also in Indonesia.
All right, that's DW's Ferdinand Hemawan in Jakarta talking about those protests. Ferdinand, thank you.
Bro, damn. How much people do live in Indonesia? That's the question. Let me check. How much does people live in Indonesia? Oh. Damn, that's a lot of people, bro. Holy shit. Imagine, bro. Bro, if they all go to protest, bro. If they all go to protest, bro. Woo! It's GG. It's GG. Damn. So this is what's happening in Indonesia, bro. That's crazy. That's actually crazy, bro. I hope they gonna get what they want, bro. Because that's just crazy. Alright, boys. This is gonna be it for the stream. I hope y'all love it. I hope you love my stream. I hope you're gonna have very beautiful week. Very beautiful. It's 1st December, and for the students who are watching me, good luck on your school. Don't remember get good grades. That's the good shit. Good shit. Good grades. Good shit. And see y'all on the